Hey, and good, very early morning in my case. There's going to be construction going on soon, so I can't be recording. So I'm doing it now, so bear with me. I'm barely awake. It's tutorial time about dialing in the EQ on an amp for pedals, because that seems to be a thing where people have some questions. I'm not saying my way is the only right way. I know there's some ways of people saying, hey, you should turn everything down and then raise the bands one by one. So this is just how I've been doing things. As always, use your ears. But okay, here we go. This is everything flat. The amp is clean. We're on the bridge pickup on a Tele with humbuckers. And this is how that sounds. So this is a Hiwatt. The EQ, like on most amplifiers, is behind the preamp stage, which means you're not going to be affecting your gain structure or your breakup characteristics at all unless you really crank the power amp, which we're not doing. So like on most amplifiers, it sits after the preamp stage. An exception would be like an old Orange or a Mad Amp, where some of the tone stack and the EQ shaping options are sitting in between preamp stages, but like on a Fender or whatever, this is after. So, if you have an always on pedal, like fake plastic trees, for me, for example, you'd want to dial that in first when it comes to breakup characteristics. So here's fake plastic trees in front, set flat. Which is nice. And if you want to, it's got an EQ as well, but in this case, the EQ is sitting in front of the gain stage. So if you want to address the way your primary gain stage is breaking up, you'd want to do that before changing anything on the amplifier, in my experience. Your mileage may vary. So here's how that sounds again. Personally, I'll add a little bit of bass in front of the gain stage here on the pedal. I don't know if you can hear the difference. It just opens up a little bit more in the low end. But yeah, so this is our bass line. There really isn't a lot of bass going on, but there's a whole lot of mids, which is to be expected. It's a Hiwatt. It's got pretty prominent mids. So does fake plastic trees. Again, here's off. Adds even more mids, probably more than you need. So the first thing I would do, or usually do, if I have a 3-band tone stack, is address the middle frequencies. Yeah, that works better for me. Here's without fake plastic trees again. Still enough mids, but it's not like super prominent. I'd probably leave it like that for now. Next thing, it doesn't really have a lot of low end, which if you look up frequency curves of a Hiwatt tone stack, it is way different than a Vox or a Marshall. So you'd want to, if you want to get close, you want to add some bass and cut some middle frequencies, as we're doing right now. It's especially effective between like 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, from what I hear. Not that much difference after 3 o'clock. Doesn't get flubby, so I'll just leave it there. Treble wise, honestly, I'm good. Like, there's this little bit of a ringing thing there, which I'm not necessarily fond of. Let's see what the treble does. It does address that a little bit. But the high ringing thing is still there, so I just leave the treble as is and address that with the presence control. It's very subtle, but it works. So this is where we're at. Sorry for those cookie cutter chords, but you know, it works in order to showcase what it does. So this would be like the basic kind of tone, and from there I'd just go stacking some stuff. And let's see how that works. Let's throw in a big muff in front of fake plastic trees. Fake plastic trees in my setup would be an always on. It's essentially doubling as the amp's breakup thing, and then I got like reverb and delay after fake plastic trees, but in front of the Hiwatt. Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, that's pretty thick, but not too boomy in the low end. I'm gonna cut some bass and we'll see how that works. See, you can still hear the mids. The mids are still there, even though we cut them quite a bit. But there's no real thump in the low end, so I'll boost the bass to around like 1 o'clock, and we'll see. We'll go from there and see where it's at. More low end, but still kind of, it doesn't quite open up. Let's increase the bass a little bit more. Yeah, that's good for me. That's too much. It's fun, but it's probably a little bit much. Notice how it doesn't get like super boomy. It's just got a lot of weight. Excuse my my playing again, I just woke up. Let's address the mids to see if what we did made any sense at all. As you can hear, as we dial the mids back to 12 o'clock, there's something happening in the low ends response as well. This will definitely sit well in a mix, but it's a little bit too honky for my taste, so I dial them back again like a little bit. Yeah, that works for me, so I'd leave it like this. If you have an amplifier that doesn't have a mid control, you're basically just working with bass and treble. You know, you can set those. Usually those tone stacks are pretty scooped, like on a deluxe reverb, for example. Similar thing. I mean, you cannot address the mids, just address the bass to where you like it and it's not flubbing out. And the treble, does it have a presence control? I don't even know. I don't even remember. But yeah, similar steps, I guess. And so here's where we're at right now. Maybe some cleaner stuff, middle position. With some modulated delay. Kind of scooped, but still there. Bridge position again. Can dial the middle back up a little bit for this kind of stuff. Little goes a long way. So it really depends on what you're trying to do. Let's go back to the riffy sound and compare our current settings to everything set flat. again. Alright, so yeah, I hope that helped, and not the most artistically valuable demo, but you know, early morning tutorial. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one, and yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for the nice chats over on Instagram. It really brightens up my day. If you want to know anything, got any questions, just shoot me a DM, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.